Hi, this is Carmen for thenewhappyme.com and welcome to Ask Carmen number 6. Today's question is this. Carmen, I want to move forward. I have my goals in mind, but I feel stuck. I really think that I am paralyzed out of fear. I am afraid of taking action, of taking that first step. So how can you help me? First of all, thank you very much for the question. I think it is a very good one, and I think a lot of readers out there are stuck for the exact same reason, and I think they will really benefit from the answer. And this is the suggestion that I give to my clients and friends. This is what I do myself. So I want you to try this with your own goals to be able to face your fears. So I want you to put this image in your head. This is going to help you a lot. So you have a goal in mind. This goal is really something that you want to achieve. Think of this goal as a big fat turkey. You want to eat it, you want to have it, right? So when you have this turkey in front of you, what do you do with it? If you want to eat it, do you kind of like look at it, turn it around and try to see how you're going to stuff it down your throat? No. And if you did want to consider that, trying to take this as a whole and put it down your throat, it would actually be a pretty scary thought, wouldn't it? So what you're doing actually is looking at this turkey as a whole. So you're looking at this goal as a whole and trying to figure out one action that is going to take that turkey and put it down your throat. It doesn't work that way. It's not logical, and you see why, right? It really just doesn't make sense. You're taking this big goal and you're trying to cover it in just one action. So this is my suggestion. You're going to take this turkey and you're going to carve it exactly like we do at the dinner table. You're going to take the goal and you're going to bring it down into bite size. These bite-sized pieces are actually to-do items. They are the little items that you are going to take action on. And what's going to happen is the big fear factor is also going to be reduced to bite size. Makes sense, right? Okay, so I'm going to give you an example to kind of clarify the image. So let's say I have an idea for my business that I want to interview an expert who has like a million fans, and I want to take that interview and have a video, audio, and transcript package to sell on my website. So that's my overall outcome that I'm looking for. That's my goal. If I were to look at this goal and think, okay, this expert is way out there, he has a million fans, how am I going to reach him? Is he going to say no? Is he going to say yes? And if he says yes, are the conditions that I can meet? What am I going to do with my marketing? How am I going to set up the technical part of it for payment, for the design and all that? If I were to look at all this as a big fat turkey in front of me, I would really just sit down and cry. I wouldn't move. I would be paralyzed from fear that I would be putting in all this work for nothing, that it would fail, that I would look like an idiot, that I would, try to do something and not be able to accomplish it and not be able to achieve a goal that I know would make me happy at the end of the line. So if I were to look at this big fat turkey like that, at this goal as a whole, I would not move. What I do is carve it down to bite size. So what I generally say in a more technical term, I have milestones, steps, and baby steps. So let's say the first milestone is to reach out to this expert. In order to reach out to this expert, I need to find the person, let's say through a website, whatever. I have to research. I have to find an email address to be able to email the person, or a phone number to be able to call the person. I need to be able to express my request by email or by conversation. And that's it. I need to actually place the call or send the email. So these 4 steps are baby steps that I need to take care of. So I'm going to do the research. I am going to find the phone number or the email. I am going to formulate my request, not actually saying it, but formulating it, either the request that I'm going to be placing verbally or by email, and then I'm going to either press the send button or make the call. So that would be the first milestone of reaching out to that expert. Now, after that, I'll have other milestones, and you have to figure this out. The other milestone may be actually setting the interview and doing it. You're going to have all the marketing side and the editing side and the selling side. Let's say those are other milestones. I won't look into that just yet. I'm just looking at the first milestone to reach out to the expert. So the first one is doing the research. That's pretty easy. There's no fear factor there. You know, you do it, you get that action step taken care of. That's a good one. Step number 1 done. Step number 2 is finding a phone number or an email. That sometimes is a little more difficult. You get into it, you do the research, you contact other people, you find the information that you need, you have that information. There's no fear factor there. Step number 2 done. Step number 3 is formulating. Let's say in my case, I want to just send out an email to this person. So formulating the letter might start becoming a bit more of a challenge. So while I'm writing the email, I start having thoughts come into my mind. What if he says yes and I can't meet the conditions? What if he says no? How am I going to express this to not sound too pushy? How do I express this to sound very professional and not sound amateurish? All these things come into play, and I start getting anxious, nervous, and all that. So there is a bit of fear involved, but I can rationalize it saying, you know what, it's just on paper, it's not out there yet. This is really very personal. It's up to me to do it perfectly. I have time to work on this. I set myself a deadline, and I do it the way I need it done. So I face that fear, I face that challenge, and it's not so bad. It's a little action that I needed to take care of, and I do it. Let's say I give myself 2 hours to do it, I get it done. Now that the email is composed, I need to press that send button. Now it's a very small action, but it's a very crucial one that does put me in a situation where I am facing bigger fears. So now that email that was mine alone is ready to go out there in the world, that's where I'm facing the fear. But then again, I can rationalize it again, and it's still bite size. So even though the fear might be a little bigger, it's still a bite size part of the overall whole picture that I was looking at when I was looking at the goal as a whole. So when I'm looking at the fear of sending out that email, I can still rationalize it. I can say, listen, Carmen, if you don't do this, you will never know if the person would have said yes or no. That's one, right? I can also say, if I don't ask, I won't get. That's another way of facing my fear. If I just delete my whole email, I will have wasted 2 hours of my time. Do I want to do that? Not really. So these are things that I can say to myself to face my fear and say, listen, I did this. This is what I want. My goal is out there. I really want to eat the whole turkey. And in order to eat the whole turkey, this is part of the turkey that needs to be eaten now. Do I do it or do I not do it? Do I take action? Yes, I need to press the send button because this is what I want. So I face the fear, I press the send button, it's gone. It's gone, it's done. The action has been taken, and now it's out there. Whatever comes back, I'll deal with later. My milestone has been achieved, and that's one milestone out of 4 or 5 that I've set for myself in order to achieve that goal. So I'm one whole milestone. That's 4 steps that I'm forward, I'm ahead. Those 4 steps, that one milestone, moving forward towards my goal, and that makes me so happy. I've achieved something. I've achieved 20 to 25% of my goal already, and I can now celebrate. And this is how you're going to get energized. This is how you're going to refuel yourself as you move forward, you will be facing bigger fears. You will be facing bigger challenges. But as you're moving forward and you're saying, yay, I did this, and yay, I did this, and yay, I did that, and you're celebrating, you're telling people what you're doing sometimes too, you feel energized and you have better strength and courage to be able to face the fears as they come during the project for the achievement of your goal. So that's the way I do it. I've done so much with the newhappyme.com, and this is exactly how I did it. Every time I have to create a new page, every time I listen to a video that gives me an idea, I have a goal in mind and I break it down. I don't try to take the turkey and just gobble it whole. I break it down into bite size and I do each item one step at a time. I face my fears, small fears, one step at a time. So this is what I suggest, and this is Ask Carmen number 6. So now that we've taken care of this, I want you to do something for me. I want you to check out a page that has just been created on the newhappyme.com. It's called Celebrate, and this page is for you. Actually, it's a bit for me too, because I'm really going to enjoy it a lot, but it is really for you to be able to share your story of celebration. I want you to be celebrating the accomplishment of your baby steps, of facing your fears, of reaching your milestones. I want you to write down anything that you're grateful for. Write down how awesome you are, that you figured out something, or that you helped someone with something that you were unable to do 3 weeks ago. Whatever it is, just share your story. How this is going to be helpful is, first of all, you will be celebrating, and in gratitude also, you will be attracting more of it. Number 2, you will be reading stories from other people, and you will be getting encouragement, because you will see how other people are moving forward also, and you can do it too, right? So you'll be moving forward yourself. And you will be helping other readers in the same way. They will want to come into the Celebrate page and read all the stories and get encouraged by them as well. And in all this, I'm going to be reading the stories and I'm going to say, wow, I really love this New Happy Me movement, and I love what I've been able to create here in support of all of you and in support of my goals also. We're all moving forward together towards a happier, healthier, and just better life for ourselves. And how great is that? Let's celebrate. So this is Carmen for the newhappyme.com. Don't forget to go to that page, celebrate, and move forward on your path. Take one step at a time. Face bite-sized fears. One little fear at a time. You can do it. And I'll see you soon again. Ask Carmen number 7 will be coming up next Friday.